Coming up.
What I have
I'm
right
sorry,
now,
are you on drugs?
I think it could work with $2,000 lose, but that's cash flow. Even that's assuming
So meaning that if he has 1 month of a tenant not paying rent, that's gone.
That's true. But what I'm saying is, if he's willing to lose money, because
Eddie, do you want to lose money? I don't know about you guys, but I want to make money.
Welcome to the closing table, where everyday real estate investors bring their deals to the top experts to get exposure for potential partners and investors. These top deal closer experts will ask questions, break the deals down, and cross-examine the guest to determine whether the deal is profitable or to be shot down. Winners will be inducted into the Closing Table Hall of Fame, where they will continue to receive exposure from the show. Who are the Closing Table experts? Meet the Kwak Brothers, who started out as college students having over 75 rental units in just 1 year, and are now partners of a private equity firm investing in large-scale apartment complexes. And now, here's your hosts, the Kwak Brothers.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Daniel Kwak here. Today's episode, we got Eddy Mejia, 32 years old, tech entrepreneur who actually negotiates for a living. This is going to be interesting. Who's from the greater Chicago area. He's got a deal for us down south in Florida. Let's go ahead and take a look. Hey, what's going on, Eddy? This is Daniel Kwak.
And Sam, what's going on, man?
Welcome to the closing table. What do you got for us, man?
So I have a property that I'm trying to buy in Tampa, Florida.
Tampa, Florida, okay.
Yeah, it's a quadplex for 4 units, and they're all rented currently. They're asking $1.1 million. 1.1.
Whoa, okay. 1.1 million for 4 units.
That's right.
This better be good, man.
Yeah, the income better be.
All right, let's hear what you have to say.
So they did the seller did buy it for $800 a year ago. They did some renovations, brand new roof, some of the appliances new, flooring, and then now they're selling for 1.1. So it's like a $337,000 increase.
And are they trying to flip it? Is that what they're trying to do?
That's what it's on. So when I asked the realtor said, yeah, they're looking for other investment opportunities. So it looks like they were just trying to flip it and get their money somewhere else.
Got it. So what is it about this deal that you want it? Like, what makes you want to pursue this deal above any other deal? I mean, it sounds like somebody's trying to flip it, right? They're trying to make 1.1 million apparently.
Right.
What is it about this deal that enticed you?
So when I talked to the real estate, my realtor, they gave me an option of like 6 different properties. I was able to bring it down to about 4. So I went and drove around looking at the different properties. The other 2 were very run down. Like if a wind caught it, they would fall apart. This one was sturdy. The neighborhood is very nice. Very, very nice. It's 2 blocks away from the water. And only way I can get this house is if I use my VA loan. So I was a veteran for 6 years.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, and one of the criteria of using your VA loan is living in the property.
Okay.
So that was kind of like an influence. So the other ones were kind of run down.
So do you plan to live here,
I'm pretty
Eddy?
sure there was a drug dealer on the outside of one of them.
Yeah. So do you plan on living on this property then, Eddy, or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Got
just to meet the requirements for the minimum. Maybe longer, but I kind of just want to rent it out as a rent. May have more cash flow, I guess.
Yeah.
My goal.
So you live in it probably, let's say 1 year, and you rent it out all 4 units. What's the cash flow on this? Have you run the numbers?
Yeah. So currently, the rent for each unit is about $1,600
Per unit?
Per unit.
per unit. Correct.
So you're at 64 a month total.
Correct. 77 a year.
77 a year. That's good. You're a prepared man.
That's right. You got to get the numbers. You can't go into a plan without knowing the numbers.
That's good. Yeah, you're at 70. You're at 76.8 to my knowledge, I think, or 76.
77,100.
76. Okay, got it. 77. Okay.
Oh,
So-
there's one property 1625 that they're paying. So the expected future rental, looking around at all the properties that are around there,
Yeah.
we're looking at 1750 per unit.
So tell me the financing details, because 1.1, man, that's a tough pill to swallow. I mean, that's like, when a contestant goes on Shark Tank and they're like, "Hey, Sharks, I'm asking, $1 million for 1% of my company." So what's the financing details? How much are you putting down? What's the interest rate? Let's look at the sales. Let's get the numbers here.
So preliminary. So right now I'm in the process of getting approved. I don't think there's going to be a problem with that. So at 1.1, I'm looking at about $4,500 mortgage payments at a 2.5 interest rates with no money down.
So no money down. You're at zero. You're no down payment. You're at 30 years.
Wait, so is that $4,500 principal and interest only, or are we also including taxes and insurance in there as well?
No.
That's PI. That's PI
not
only.
including tax, yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's insurance. That's an interest. So whatever the mortgage.
So here's the big problem I have.
Yeah.
The problem I have with this deal so far, and I don't mean to be a party pooper, but the problem that I have
You are a
is
party pooper, Daniel.
I am a party pooper.
Yeah.
Thank you. Right. I was gonna make a political joke, but I probably shouldn't go there at this time in our
Yeah.
nation. So the problem that I have with this deal is that your debt service is roughly about 2/3 of your entire gross income, and that makes me extremely nervous because typically the debt service should be around 20 to 35% range, and you're well above that. Have you run the numbers on what this is going to look like with taxes, insurance, maintenance?
Yes. So just basically the expenses. So tax is about $10,000. Insurance is about $4,000. Water $1,500. This is annually, and then lawn landscape is $650. So that comes out about $16,750.
Yeah, I don't see enough meat on the bone for this.
I think you're going to go negative every single year, man, or every single month, to be honest with you.
You're saying that in like if I'm, let's say if I rent it out the second year, you're saying I'm still going to be negative?
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
Yeah, I think even if you're with you living there, I think you're going to be down around 2,000 every month, potentially even 3. But I think once you're out, I mean, I think you're still going to be negative.
Yeah, it's the price and the income, man. That price was probably killing you right now. It seems. I mean, I get it. The flippers are they're trying to walk away with 1.1 million. They got to get their profit, and there's not meat on the bone right now. That's what it is.
Eddy, I'm curious, man. Why do you want to do real estate? Like, what is the drive here?
Well, I mean, I have this VA loan, no cash down.
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically, I'm going to making a mortgage payment. I don't have to make it really all year,
Right.
Or renters. If I were able to, let's say if I would crush this real estate and build a building there, like a high rise, I mean, I can get a lot more money on that property. The land itself is about $350K. And like I said, it's like secure neighborhood.
Yeah. I don't think you addressed what I was asking. Why do you want to do real estate? I understand that you got a good loan, you have a great opportunity. It's VA, it's awesome, but why are you wanting to invest in real estate? Like, what's the goal here? What's the end goal? Does that mean like a better car, a nicer house?
No, another income stream.
You want to do another income stream?
Yeah. So far, I'm not seeing an income stream here, man.
Yeah,
this might be a income toilet hole where you just pour water and it just disappears.
I want to go. That's a really strange metaphor. I don't know if I go that far.
Yeah,
but
it's a drain hole. I think Eddy, man, we love you, but I think this is gonna lose money.
Can you elaborate on the losing money? Because if let's say, let's say the rent is $1,750 per unit, right? We're looking at $85,200 a year.
Okay.
Okay, and then we're looking at let's say 45. We'll say 4,500 times 12 is 54,000 for mortgage a year, right?
Yep, you're at 54,000.
54,000, and then we add that plus we'll say 16,500.
So here's a rule of thumb that I like to use, Eddy. And by the way, my expense ratio that I do for calculating this, and I'm sure this is in great condition, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm sure this is awesome, right? Like it's close to the water, it's in great condition. Flipper's been through it, no doubt. But my expense ratio expectancy, I always calculate to be to be around 50%, right? I don't go depending on the condition of the property, I don't go any more than 60. But typically the way I like to rule things is the 50% expense ratio is pretty safe. Now for Class A, where you may not need as much maintenance, but at the same time, if you're going Class A, now you're going to have tenants who are going to demand significantly more. They're going to expect maintenance to be done the next day. They're going to expect everything to be sharp. I mean, your management, are you going to self-manage or are you planning on hiring out?
Self-managed for the first year and see how that goes. And then I did look into what it costs to get management. It's about 10% of the rental income
Right.
in the Tampa area, in the Tampa, Florida area.
Yeah.
Looking at about like $500 a month.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm looking at your debt service plus your taxes on an annualized basis, which, by the way, here's something that we didn't talk about yet. Your tax bill most likely is going to get higher because when these guys bought it for $800,000, what happens with the property is it gets reassessed in value, so therefore it automatically the taxes go up because now the building has a new reassessment in terms of value. So I'm willing to bet that 10,000 is probably going to be elevated to somewhere around 12 to 13. But let's use 10,000 just for the sake of the example. So you're at 54,000 with a debt service. You're at 10,000 for the taxes. You said the insurance was 4,000.
Mm-hmm.
How much were the utilities?
1,500.
Yep.
1,500 for utilities.
Yeah, for water.
For water, okay. And the
tenants
tenants are paying everything else, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So how much then for also repairs, other maintenance? I mean, I'm talking about guys to, take care of the faucet, right? It needs to be fixed. The plumber that needs to go in. Did you calculate that at all?
No, that was not.
Okay, so that's a big question mark.
So that's a problem that I'm aware of, but I guess it's not. So I guess how do you estimate?
Yeah. So did you also calculate any repairs that needs to happen, like roof, hot water heater? I mean, we're talking about some pretty big expense items here.
Yeah, well, I imagine those are brand new if these are rehabbed. But then again, how much rehab was done really?
Brand new roof, and then the water heater is brand new. They put on-demand water heaters.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, even with just the maintenance, the stuff that you got to do, and just there's more expenses I think that meets the eye compared to right now. But I don't know. I mean, even with just the taxes, utilities, you're already at. I mean, you're only at $15,000 a year in cash flow, and we haven't even talked about maintenance and repairs yet.
I got $2,000 cash flow.
I mean that worries me a little bit.
That's $2,000 a year cash flow, but that's assuming that he can get the $1,750 a month.
That's assuming he can get the
Correct.
$1,750 a month.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, Eddie, I got experience raising rents, and sometimes it could be a very strong, strenuous process. We haven't even talked about vacancy yet. There's a lot of things that we haven't considered. I mean, Eddie, how much training have you gotten in real estate investing?
I have none.
Yeah.
I've researched for 2 weeks, so
okay.
How can you guys?
Yeah. So one of the big mistakes, and I want to really reiterate this while the people are watching on the show, and also for you, Eddie, a lot of beginners, when they start in real estate, they rely very heavily on a realtor and a broker. Let me tell you right now, as a founder of a fund, as somebody who's done many deals, I've done flips, I've done, single families, triplexes, big apartments. Let me tell you right now, relying on a realtor broker when you first start in business, 9 times out of 10, worst mistake you could ever make. Worst mistake.
Well, even then, what ends up happening for a lot of the beginners is they have this desire of wanting to do the deal. And what happens is they start to curve the numbers like, well, I want to do a deal. I want this to work out for me. I want to assume that this is going to happen. There's a lot of assuming. There's a lot of predicting. Having done deals as well, and especially this type of magnitude, you're almost always beginners underestimate the cost of either management, cost of maintenance, and cost of CapEx, which is capital expenditures.
Here's the advice I would give to you, Eddie, is I would actually start looking in the off market. You got to realize prices right now and yet last year and even the last 4 or 5 years, they've been historically high. And when you're looking at properties that are given to you by a realtor, which, by the way, at the end of the day, I'm not saying this to sound mean, and I don't mean to disrespect any realtor or broker out there. 90% of them don't know what they're doing in real estate. Yeah, they're salespeople is what they are, right? And the product happens to be real estate. Now, I get it. They took a license test. They know the legalities and the laws. Mm-hmm. They're at base level, right? But in the investment world, right, it's a completely different ball game. Right, it's a completely different ball game. So I would actually challenge you, Eddie, and we have resources here at the Kwak Brothers where we can help you. But start looking at deals in the off-market sector where you can actually talk to the seller one-on-one. And Eddy, you seem like a very sharp guy. And if you don't mind me asking, what do you do like as a job? Like, and what do you do for work?
I procure. I'm a procurement, so I negotiate contracts and basically talk to
So
sellers.
you already got the skills to talk to sellers one-on-one, man. What are you doing working with the realtor?
Time. I mean, they have the time to go search and look at the things. I don't have, my time is limited, so whenever time I spend, and another thing to note is I have been calling different mentors, and that's why I reached out to you both. So
yeah, Eddy, I think if you email me,
I'm not that expert, so
yeah.
Sure I'm not that expert.
The first thing I would do is fire your realtor and get a new one, at least the one that will understand investment properties. I will work with somebody who is doing investment properties themselves, right?
Yeah, either that or I wouldn't even work with the realtor at all.
Yeah, because you also get skeptical of certain realtors. So if a realtor tells you that they invest in real estate themselves and they tell you, oh, this is a great deal, how come they're not the ones investing in it?
Exactly. And you know what? If you don't have a realtor that's willing to give you at least pocket listings, meaning that they're not officially on the market, I would, because right now what most realtors do is they'll fish LoopNet, they'll fish the MLS, and they'll forward you an email that they
just
forward
send you a bunch of stuff,
and they'll forward you the same email they forward to 150 other people. You know what I mean? I think for you, no one's gonna care about your money like you do. You know what I mean? So Eddy, I mean, I'd say email me, man. I'd be more than happy to take some time to help you out, to show you how I find off-market deals. You got it, man. I'll be in your corner and I'll show you how to do it.
Yeah.
Without using a lot of your own time, at least.
So I got a question. So
yeah,
how would you make this? I guess how would you make this property work, or you wouldn't even look at it?
I wouldn't even look at it,
so
man.
if I had a magic wand, if I had a magic wand that I could like wave around and make this work, first of all, the price has to come down. I don't know what the price is like in that area. Have you ran a comp to see what the prices are like? Is the $1.1 million a normal thing out there in that neighborhood?
Well, yeah, they just built a new house. I can't tell you how many bedrooms or bathrooms, but it's selling for $3.5 million.
Jeez Louise.
Right
okay.
Yeah, it's Tampa, Florida, man. This is what the rappers rap about.
Yeah,
I mean,
so the rent has to go up. I mean, if you're in that $3.5 million market, this has to be rented out for at least $3,000 to $4,000. But I don't know. Again, you have to look at what the rental comps are.
Yeah, you got to look at the market
and see if that's appropriate.
So sorry to cut you. The rental properties are at the 1750 around there. So I did a search.
Yeah.
Even at 750, we just ran the numbers and they're not going to work.
Yeah, 1750 is not cutting it.
Well, so Eddy, do me a favor, finish this sentence for me. Buy low,
sell high.
Sell high. Guess where we're at right now?
Buying high, my man.
That's exactly right. These guys are trying to sell high. So, let them do their thing. But Eddy, I think there's a much significant bargain somewhere else. I think you're gonna get. And I love Florida. We're investing in Florida right now. I love Florida.
Yeah, and if your goal is to make money, this is not it. I think this is a dead deal. This is a dead meat right here.
There's no income stream coming out of here, man.
But if you don't mind losing a little bit of money for the sake of building equity and also, getting some help paying your mortgage, I think it could work. If I got what I have right now.
Are you on drugs?
I think it could work with $2,000 but that's cash flow. Even that's assuming.
So meaning that if he has 1 month of a tenant not paying rent, that's gone.
That's true. But what I'm saying is, if he's willing to lose money because
Eddy, do you want to lose money? I don't know about you guys, but I want to make money.
If he wants to move there, Daniel.
Yeah.
Right?
But so Eddy, are you okay with living there and losing money?
Living there and losing money. Well, I have to pay rent to somebody for right now.
Right. so it's whether you lose money at rent or you lose money here.
I mean, if you want to lose, in my opinion, I think you're going to lose about $3,000-$4,000 a month, $2,000 at the lowest. If you're okay with that on a monthly basis, I say go for it. But I don't think. But in the beginning, from what I heard you say, you wanted an income stream, and this does not look like an income stream.
I don't think. So,
Here's a question for you. So if I have, you say, two renters, at 1750, that's like let's say the minimum, right? Like the minimum is 1750. That's $3,500 a month.
Mm-hmm.
That's cash I'm not getting anywhere. I mean, I'm not making.
Yeah, but it gets washed out. It gets washed out with taxes, insurance, utilities, capex. If you choose, and then plus you gotta deal with those phone calls from the tenants. You know, it's 2 a.m. in the morning. They're like, hey, you know, Eddy, I got a broken faucet. My wife can't take a shower or whatever. And they're going to call you. That's costing your time. So one of the things you may want to consider is, well, how much time am I going to spend answering to these inquiries, calling contractors?
Yeah, and Eddy, the numbers that we ran, they're from $85,000, which is if all 4 units are rented at $1,750
at full capacity, right?
You
got your engine revving at 9,000 RPM.
No evictions, no legal work, no nothing.
So if I was gonna pay I guess a lower mortgage payment, let's say I offer $900K. And my mortgage payment comes down, then I have a little bit more extra.
Eddy, why this deal? Because I mean, I can tell you're very fixated on this deal. Why is that?
I think it's location, the security of the location.
Yeah, you can't find that anywhere else.
No, I guess that's not true. I can.
I think there's much better places, because I tell you right now, I've got friends with $100 million in their account, and they're big sharks in the real estate fund space, and they're operating in Tampa. Even those guys wouldn't touch this, you know, and they've got money that they have to spend, or their investors get diluted. Yeah. So I mean, Eddy, like I said, man, you know, you seem like the type of guy we really want to help out. You know, I can tell you're humble, you're hungry, and you're definitely not a lazy guy. You're definitely not a dumb guy. You're a smart dude. So I mean, email us, man. We'd be more than happy to help you out. You know, I'll be more than happy to give you at least the right direction in terms of where to go. But Eddy, like I said, I think you're a smart dude, but this is not it.
Yeah, this has to go at least.
No, I was saying, so when you're looking for a property, I guess, what are you looking for? I guess, how much cash flow are you looking for? So you, I guess, cover everything?
Yeah, so my rule is I want at least 15% of the gross income going towards cash flow. If I can't make that happen, you know, and you got to realize that every deal is different, you know, and I can tell with you're the personality type where you want to know the definitive answer today. You know, but real estate, I tell people all the time, as much as it is a science, it is an art. Every deal is going to be different. Every income stream is going to be different. And it's up to you as the artist and the entrepreneur to dictate what is a good deal for you, right? I mean, I get questions all the time. Daniel, how do I find good deals? Well, what does good mean? Yeah. You know, so like I said, Eddy, I think we're done here. Email us, right? I'll give you my email off the air. Awesome. All right, man. Thank you.
Take your time. Yeah.
Yeah, Eddy. Yeah. Wish you best of luck.
What do you think about that, man?
Yeah, I think this is someone, and we liked his character, but
great guy.
Yeah, but the problem is he was holding on to this like a baby, right? He was like, oh, I got to get this done, or like I'm not going to do any other deals. Like it kind of reminded me of like a high school guy. Like he has to date this girl, and he just doesn't have any other options.
Sam, if you want to tell us about your high school experience, man, you don't have to.
Hey, man, I'm not trying to tell this metaphorically, all right? But but in all reality, I don't think it's just him. I think this is a problem that a lot of newbie real estate investors face. Yeah. They see a deal, they're romantic about it, they think this is the one. Yeah, but it's not.
Well, here's my question: who's the girl?
The deal.
No, but I agree with you. You know, that's something I see with a lot of amateur, you know, real estate investors. Is they're so wide-eyed, and they're ready to get into it, you know, and they want it, you know. It's kind of like, it's like when you're in high school, you know, you want to start dating and you want to start driving right away and you want to start living the adult life. And then you become an adult and you realize, oh man, I wish I was back in high school. Right. Where, you know, it's like life was much more simpler.
Sometimes your own excitement gets in the way. So here's I mean, again, if there was a magic wand, like I iterated in the show, this has to at least rent for like $3,000 a unit. And I feel like it has to rent out for that price in that type of competitive market. Because if I were to live in that neighborhood, why buy a freaking house when I could go rent for $1,750?
Yeah, but he's not going to get it. He's not going to get $3,000. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Well, we don't know yet. At least we don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't, because rent's gone up 1% the last year, which is actually lower than.
Well, maybe it's the rent isn't supposed to be at $1,600.
Yeah,
maybe market comes says $3,000.
I doubt it. I really doubt it. I think if you're in Tampa, in a place like Tampa, you're much better off doing single family house developments.
Or what could have happened was the flippers were like, screw this, we want to try to get this occupied as much as possible. Let's just take whoever we can get at $1,650, sell it, and call it turnkey, which. It's possible.
Yeah, I mean, if these guys could get more for it, they would. But like I said, it's always with the person as opposed to the deal. Yeah. I think he's a sharp guy. You know, he's humble, he's hungry. You know, I'm excited to talk to him and help him out. But yeah, I think he's got to start looking in better places, and that goes for you guys, right? Even watching the show, find better ways, better quality ways to find off market deals, and make it work. You know, this is a craft. Master the craft.
Yeah.
You know, the more you learn, the less you're likely to be taken advantage of, or less likely to be a sucker. So, and you don't want to be a sucker.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah. So
All right.
that's pretty much my thought on this.
Yeah,
I
agree.
It seems pretty typical for a beginner.
For sure. Yep. Can't wait till the next show.
Yeah.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this episode of The Closing Table. Now, if you're interested in being a contestant on the show, go ahead and click on that link in the description.
All you have to do is fill out your information, submit it, and we'll reach out to you to see if you're a good fit for our show. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.